So, am I in the frame? Looks like I'm in the frame. I always have to check with my phone because it shows me what's going on in there because I can't flip the display. But it looks like I'm in the frame. All right, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, today's gonna be a bit of a different topic. All the last videos in the last few months have all been about a lot of helpful stuff. I wanted to provide a lot of value, a lot of tips, do daily vlogs, show you my life traveling, being a digital nomad. And as you remember, maybe in January I did the 30 days of vulnerability where I shared a lot of personal stuff, made myself quite naked in the emotional sense. And so I haven't done a very personal video in a while or talked about a personal subject. Today is one of those days because I thought about this today for some reason. I think it was while I was getting waxed down here. And for some reason, I needed to really distract myself from the pain, as some of you maybe know. I distracted myself with thoughts about being a queer woman traveling the world, being a queer blogger, being lesbian, and what it's like and what annoys me about being a lesbian, being queer. It's actually the word that I prefer a lot more, is queer. Or gay. For some reason, the term lesbian itself is not something that I overly identify with. I like to call myself queer, or I'm a gay woman. But anyway, off topic. So I was thinking about all the things that annoy me about being a queer woman, traveling the world, being a queer female digital nomad. And I came up with a few things that I wanted to share in a video. So yeah, we're gonna do that now. So number one is that as someone who's gay, we basically have to come out over and over and over and over and over again all the time, because I meet a lot of people all the time. And so I might have the look of a queer woman, of a gay woman, but not for everybody. A lot of straight people out there, seriously, they don't get that I'm gay, which I'm just like, really? Because recently we were playing this game and I forgot what the game was, but anyway, one of the questions came up and the question was, what is Conni's sexual identity? And there were all these different options. And I think there were maybe 10 people, and out of those 10 people, I think 2 or 3 thought I was straight, I was a heterosexual, and a few people thought I was bisexual, and then a small amount of people, maybe 2 or 3 out of those 10 people actually nailed it and knew that I was gay. So not everybody gets it. For me personally, and also because I was hiding in the closet for a very long time in my life, it is very important to not make a statement out of it, but to share and make it clear that I'm not straight. You know, that means with whoever I get to know, and there will be a point eventually, depending on how deep I go in those friendships, relationships, whatever, is that I, you know, have to then share that I'm gay. And sometimes there's weird reactions, most times there's no reaction, or, you know, just normal reaction. But it's just something that can get a bit old sometimes. And also to some people, or depending on where I am, and this brings me to point number 2, I don't actually want to make a point out of the fact that I'm gay. Because in some cultures, or many cultures around the world, being gay, being homosexual is not really tolerated or accepted, or they might just not be very gay friendly, they might not know how to deal with it, might make them feel uncomfortable. So you gotta be very kind of sensitive and feel out in those different countries and in those different cultures when it is okay to be gay out in public or share that you're gay, and when it might not be, when it might be better to hold that back, that little tiny bit of information about my personality and my sexuality. And so it's a bit of a fine line to walk on sometimes, and that can be annoying too, because it means that some people, or many people, they don't look at you the way you want to be looked at. And I want to be looked at as a gay woman. I don't want people to look at me and think that I'm straight, because I'm just not. And that's a little bit annoying, because straight people don't have that problem. And you guys don't have to come out all the time to all the people and be like, hey, you know, just to let you know, I'm straight, I'm a heterosexual. Or think about, can I hold hands with my partner on the street? Can I kiss my partner in public? You know, when you book a room and then when two women walk in, or two boys and they're gay, you know, usually people would assume they're friends, and then you get, you know, two single beds. And when you ask for a double bed, you know, they might look at you weird or something. So these things that I'm sharing with you right now, they might seem like very small issues to maybe a lot of you, but as a gay traveler, and I'm sure for those of you that are gay travelers, they can relate. It's not that they're huge problems, and it will never hold me back from traveling or changing my lifestyle, but they're slight nuisances? Is that a word? Yeah, that is a word. Anyway, it's slightly annoying, and sometimes it can get a bit frustrating. That's all I'm trying to say. And now point number 3 is one that I have to deal with a lot, and probably a few other more tomboyish looking girls, or butch looking girls. I get mistaken for a boy a lot, especially in countries where women don't necessarily wear a lot of short hair. And so in many Asian countries, in many countries here in Central or South America, or even actually in Western countries sometimes too. So let's say I walk into a restroom in an airport, and maybe I'm even wearing a hoodie because it's cold, and long pants and my Vans, and you know, and then I walk in and I get a lot of women sometimes, especially like in the Arabic countries, look at me and then they're like, oh, what are you doing here? And sometimes they say that too, and then I look back at them, and then I'm usually like, look at my boobs, I'm a woman, it's all good. And then they look at me again, they're like, oh my God, and then they're super embarrassed. But for them it's just very unnatural to see a woman with short hair like I do. And that's annoying, I swear to God, it's really annoying. Sometimes I don't want to deal with that, and then I hold back, go into the bathroom, and then I just go when I'm actually on the plane, or when I'm in my hotel, because I don't want to have to deal with these kind of looks for people thinking that I'm a boy in a women's bathroom. So I really don't like that. But like I said, even in the Western world, like in the States or something, when I walk into like a Starbucks, or which I don't do a lot, I don't go to Starbucks very much, but if I do, or some other coffee shop, sometimes they look at me and they be like, how can I help you, sir? Because all they see at first is my short haircut, and then they look at me again and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, how can I help you, madam? And it really annoys me. I'm not wearing this haircut because I want to be a boy. Absolutely not. I'm super proud to be a woman. I love having breasts, and I love everything about being a woman. It's just that I really enjoy having a short haircut, and I don't want to be looked at as a boy, as a man, as, you know, and that's something that I find sometimes a bit difficult to deal with, and that's definitely more than just a slight nuisance, actually. Also, I get comments on some of my videos from viewers out there who ask whether I'm a girl or a boy, or maybe even transgender. And that's interesting, because I don't know, I really don't feel like I'm coming across as a guy, like my voice and everything. Yeah, that's a bit weird. So I'm definitely a woman, guys. I want to be a woman. You know, and even if I didn't want to be a woman and I wanted to be transgender, I would totally own that too, but I don't. And I want to be looked at as a woman that has short hair and just likes it that way. And now lastly, this is actually something that can be quite frustrating, is that in a lot of the countries that I travel to, there aren't really any big gay scenes. So it's not, I mean, that's my own choice, obviously. I could be hanging out in San Francisco or in Berlin or in Sydney or in Bangkok even, where there are gay scenes, lesbian scenes, you know, gay bars and just more gay people to hang out with. And it can get a bit frustrating, you know, when you're always the only queer person in the room, when you're always the only lesbian in a group of people. And for me, this actually has two downsides. For one, in terms of I like to have gay friends. They don't all have to be gay at all, but, you know, I like to have, you know, here and there, and I do. And, you know, I recently made friends last year with a few amazing, awesome, badass gay women who are also digital nomads and who are rocking their businesses, and that's been super awesome. And there is a bit of a crew out there. It's still quite small, especially in the digital nomad scene. Where are you, queer digital nomads? Seriously, women, what's going on? So yeah, I do enjoy having queer friends, and so that's one part. And then also, obviously, if there is not a whole lot of gay scene, it's kind of hard to meet gay women to go on dates with. And, you know, I like dating, and it's just a bit frustrating when there's not a whole lot of choice, or it's just really hard to meet women, or I don't only want to rely on online dating. And in some places there aren't even any women on Tinder or any other online apps. So it's just a bit of a desert in some places. Like here right now in Nicaragua, I feel like there's like no gay women. So yeah, traveling to places where there's no gay scenes, no lesbian scenes, nothing, has been a bit of a downside for sure. But like I said, I take full responsibility. It's something that I choose to do, is have this lifestyle and travel to places where it's just all straight. And yeah, maybe I should just do like a queer around the world trip or something like that, and just hit up all these super queer, gay, lesbian hotspots. Something to think about. So anyway, this is it. I just wanted to share those few frustrations. So anyway, the question for today is, ladies, or also boys really, although boys have a lot more choice always when it comes to nightlife. There's always more bars and clubs for gay boys, or, you know, they have Grindr. I feel like gay boys have it easier than gay women, to be honest. For some reason, women are just too passive, or hiding more in the closet, or they're just not as out there or as proactive. Definitely a bit of an imbalance there. So anyway, my question of the day is for you gay ladies out there, you know, what's been your experience? What are things that annoy you about being queer on the road, traveling the world? Please do share with me in the comments. Some sympathies would be amazing. And also definitely I appreciate a bit of compassion from you straight people out there. In any case, if you enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos coming up. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, girls and boys. See you soon. Bye.